Broadway and then expose him to New York City and all those kinds of things. And he wouldn't take just drama students. He'd take a good cross-section of students, right? And so you'd be sitting there with those jocks and they'd, be kind of white-knuckling it through the first 5 minutes of that musical. And then you'd see him relax and go, okay, this isn't so bad. I can live through this. Now, when I had him as a director, we were doing these across the Atlantic Ocean exchanges with the UK. So we would go to the UK one year, and then students from the UK would come over and experience America another year. And it was just absolutely fascinating. And I was just one of so many hundreds of kids that he opened opportunities for. And so I know you folks probably don't know him, but I'd like you to give a round of applause to Vic Vasante. So another thing he did is, these trips over across the ocean were really expensive. So he'd send a couple of us students to a shakedown, ask for money, from various community groups. And one of those community groups I asked money from when I was just a sophomore in high school was Rotary. And that was my first exposure to Rotary, because my parents weren't in Rotary and I didn't know anybody in Rotary. So I have him to thank, too, for opening that opportunity for me. So once again, we are delighted to continue our partnership. It's great to have so many of you here in the room with us. And now I'd like to introduce to you someone who is a Rotarian, and he's also Chief of Staff for SCO, and that is Jason Maggard, and he will lead us in the invocation and pledge. So let's clap him up.
Wow, it is great to see everyone in person. It really is an honor to be here with all of you and to lead today's invocation. So if you'd please bow your head with me, join me in prayer. Father, Lord, it is great to be together. Thank you for allowing this to happen. Lord, we just have so many special people in this room today, and I just pray that they feel honored and recognized in an amazing way today. We want to lift up our teachers, and we thank you for them, for the impact they have on our young people and our community. We know that influence goes way beyond the community. So we just say thank you for them, for their dedication, and for their commitment to service, Father. I want to lift up all of our leaders in our districts, Father. We've got so much that we're going through. You certainly know that. I pray for guidance and wisdom as we continue to navigate. Lord, for Modesto Rotary, I lift them up as well, all of the people that make up the club. Thank you for them and their commitment to this community to support and do everything they can to make it a better place. We pray that you're here with us today. We pray again for just a great time. In Jesus' name, amen. If you'd please join me with the pledge, I'd appreciate it. Please stand. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'd like to invite Scott Kuykendall, our Stanislaus County Superintendent of Schools, to the podium.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, President Ryan. Welcome to all the Rotarians at the Doubletree or joining us on Zoom or YouTube or MySpace, wherever you may be. Thank you for doing that. And congratulations to everybody here in person. This was really important for us that we were able to do this and have an event that really recognized our educators in a way that they deserved. So thank you all for being here and recognizing them. This is a program that we look forward to each year, and we hope that we leave you inspired. Not only inspired, but we also want to leave you with a renewed hope about education and the future of our youth. I'd like to congratulate the teachers being honored today. We know that they represent hundreds of other highly effective teachers throughout our county. As Ryan mentioned, today's Teacher of the Year celebration marks the 22nd year of the partnership between Modesto Rotary and the Stanislaus County Office of Education. We'd like to thank all of the Modesto Rotary Club members for their commitment to education, not only with this program, but with the many efforts you're involved in throughout the year. So, you mentor students, you support Interact clubs, you provide job shadowing opportunities, you provide library books and deliver dictionaries to schools. You have painted and planted little free libraries throughout the county and generously contributed to the Imagination Library Funds that supports Stanislaus Reads. On top of all that, you endow students with scholarships to further their education and student exchanges. The support of community members like you is critical to the success of our schools, and we greatly appreciate all of you, and thank you very much. I would like to recognize a whole bunch of people at this point, but I would like to recognize the ongoing support of our program sponsors. First, Moxie Credit Union, Modesto Rotary Club, Modesto Rotary Foundation, and the Education Foundation of Stanislaus County. Also, thank you to the Association of Stanislaus County School Boards for their contribution of gift cards to our finalists. I was told I had to stay on script today, so I'm doing my best. Thank you also to Gather Willow Floral Design for providing the beautiful centerpieces. And teachers, you are gifted with the centerpieces, so please take one at your table at the conclusion of the program. We are fortunate and thankful again to Shub Photography, who always goes above and beyond to support education. Quite frankly, I don't know where we would be without Shub Photography. They provided the teachers photos for the program and the posters, and they will take photos after the luncheon. Thank you for helping to capture memories for our awardees. And lastly, thank you to SCO's communications staff, Judy Boring and Cynthia Fennick, as well as to our prevention programs, Renee Moorbacher. Without all of their support and attention to 1,000 details that had to happen in order to pull this off today, this program would not exist. So now I would like to bring back to the podium SCO's Chief of Staff, Jason Maggard, to begin the awards program.
Very good. Thank you again. This is a special day because we're here to celebrate teachers and all that they do for our kids. 12 very special teachers, in fact, are with us today, and we are excited and we want to welcome you all to this program today. I also want to thank Modesto Rotary for supporting and recognizing our teachers. Again, this is a partnership. It's been spoken of more than 20 years. This has been a great partnership, and we're looking forward to continuing on in the years to come. But today, again, we're here to recognize 12 finalists for Teacher of the Year. In doing that, I do want to recognize that we have 4 categories that the teachers will be presented in. We have one category that consists of transitional kindergarten teachers through 3rd grade. We have another category marked in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade category. We have the junior high category, which is comprised of the 7th, 8th grade teachers, and then the high school category as well. In each category, we've got equal distribution. We've got 3 teachers in each category. I am pleased to share that this afternoon, in fact, we will announce the Teacher of the Years in each category. So that's very exciting. In a typical year, the first step locally in this program is to identify 2 of the Teachers of the Year from our local region and then move them on to a state competition. I'm pleased to share that with everything that's gone on, the state recognizes the importance of celebrating everyone that meets that Teacher of the Year standard, and so all of our 4 Teacher of the Years will be recognized at the state level. From there, there'll be 5 teachers that are selected to represent California on the national stage. And I'm pleased to share that there will be 1 National Teacher of the Year, so our people will be competing in that category, or potentially could be. And I'm also pleased to share that this is it's a great award because it stands as the oldest and most prestigious award in the teaching profession. So again, there's a strong possibility we might have someone representing Stanislaus County on the national stage, so that is exciting. Again, today we are here to recognize our 12 finalists. And I want to share that last year, before COVID hit, we actually received 74 nominations from 74 different schools in our county. There were 13 districts that were actually represented, so that's very exciting. And we are thrilled to be able to recognize all of you teachers today. I'm also very pleased to share that our principals, they took the time to nominate all of these 74 people. They're very busy, we recognize that. So principals, we say thank you for you carving out some time and making this a priority. I want to tell you a little bit about our process. The selection of our 12 phenomenal teachers is quite a process, as you can imagine. First, in the 4 grade level teams, educators screen applications. Then from there, Rotarians and previous teachers of the year join the team for a second paper screening. And from there, 6 classrooms in each category are selected. So by doing quick math, I know that there were 24 observations throughout the county, which is really, really a great thing. We were able to get in the classrooms and see some amazing instruction happening. So for that, we say thank you to you teachers and to the principals for opening the doors and allowing us to come in and get a glimpse of what you're doing every single day. After the classroom visits, the teams get together and they select 2 of the finalists and then also select the 1 county teacher of the year to represent that particular category. And here we are again, here to recognize 12 of the finalists and ultimately the Teacher of the Year individuals to represent the county. I want to thank the Rotarians and the educators who participated in the screening. There's quite a bit of time that goes into it, so I definitely want to recognize them for their time to visit the teachers in the classrooms. Certainly appreciate that. You can imagine there's a number of people involved in this, and their names can be found in today's program. I also want to recognize Tracy Kerr, who's a Modesto Rotarian. She opened her home up for us to go and do the screening and have a place to converse and discuss the candidates. So once again, Tracy, thank you for your hospitality and for opening your home. Absolutely. Teachers, you may be wondering what types of awards you'll be presented with today, and so I have a few answers there. First, I want to recognize the donation from Moxie Credit Union. They have provided personalized keepsake boxes to memorialize this event for you, so you will receive that. You'll also receive certificates from our local legislators to memorialize this event. There's a copy of today's poster, the Teacher of the Year poster, a gift card from the Association of Stanislaus County School Boards. You'll also receive that. The teachers chosen as Teacher of the Year for the grade levels will receive an award donated by Moxie Credit Union and a $1,000 check from the Modesto Rotary Club Foundation. And then they will also have the honor to participate in the selection of next year's Teacher of the Year. So with that said, at this time, I would like to invite County Superintendent Scott Kuykendall and Modesto Rotary Club President Ryan Jodish back to the stage for the presentation.
All right, thank you, Jason. Okay. Are you ready, President Ryan? All right, here we go. We will start with the high school awards and work our way down to the TK through 3 grade level group. So I want to talk a little bit about housekeeping and how this is all going to work. First, we will call the name of the teacher in each category. As your name is called, please stand where you are. During the introductions, we will also be asking each principal and superintendent to be ready to stand as well. After we announce all the teachers in a grade level category, we will ask you to please be seated and we will roll the video. We ask the audience to hold its applause until all 3 segments for the grade level are completed. When the video clip for that grade level ends, the audience will then erupt and break into rigorous applause. I will announce the Teacher of the Year in that grade category. The Teacher of the Year will then be invited to the stage to say a few words. Key in that is few words. Okay. So let's get started with our high school division. Once again, as I call your name, please stand, but not only stand, please face the camera. See Brandon over there? Okay, so we're going to ask that you stand over there and face Brandon. All right, our first finalist is Renee Mello, Central Valley High School, Ceres Unified School District. We would also like to recognize Principal Carol Lubinsky and Superintendent Dr. Scott Siegel. Our second high school finalist is Ismail Mercado, Riverbank High School, Riverbank Unified School District. With him today, Principal Greg Diaz and Superintendent Christine Fasella. Our third high school finalist is Matthew Soderlin, Joseph A. Gregori High School, Modesto City Schools. We would also like to recognize Principal Derek Pendley and Superintendent Dr. Sarah Noguchi. All right, let's roll the video.
Renee is amazing. You can go in and watch Renee teach and work with kids and you think she's amazing, but she's one of those that you have to watch over time to realize how much good she's doing for kids.
Oh, this is what I do. This is what I live for. 25 years later, I absolutely love my job. I love getting up and coming to work. I love tutoring. I love teaching. I love the light bulbs.
She teaches, she assesses, she reteaches. She just keeps going until a kid actually learns it.
The very first thing that I teach my students at the very beginning of the year is what happens in your brain and how does your brain learn and what can you do to use what brain researchers have discovered about learning. So we talk about how learning happens and what you have to do to be successful as a learner and give them some strategies, but also we talk about grit, perseverance, the fact that you may not get it right the first time. And I told them, I don't need you to get it right the first time. I don't need you to turn in perfect work, but I do need you to never quit.
She holds kids to a high standard, and then her job is to get them to that standard. She teaches anatomy, so she worked to get little tiny skeletons for all of her students and literally stood out in the parking lot until every kid came and picked theirs up so that they could do the activities that she needed them to do.
My most memorable moment this year was watching their Flipgrid videos of them building the muscles on their models and building a heart model. I literally would sit at my desk and just cry because there are my kids on the screen and just smiling and, hi, Miss Mello, here's my heart, these are the parts, and you know, it just made my heart so happy. Best known for my obsession with frogs. They know me for that, but they also know that I'm very caring and that I am here for their success. And I think they feel that welcoming and you know, just I'm their cheerleader.
If every math teacher on this campus were like Ismail Mercado, our math department would be the best one in the county, probably in the state of California.
I feel like I'm coaching my kids in the math class, so I might talk like if we're ready to play a game type thing. So when I'm teaching math, I really get into the whole explanation and do this with this number and what if this would happen.
He brings out the best in students. When we're at school, Ideally, right, we want the kids to be able to do math. We want them to be able to read, write, and communicate. Really, we're working on socializing the kids too and making them understand just like what does it mean to be a good person. And Ismail is a perfect model.
During my office hours, some students will reach out and they turn on their camera and we can have that one-on-one interaction and discussion, whether it's specifically on the content that they need help in or it's just talking sports or talking other areas where they might have questions on. Outside of the classroom, I do some coaching. I've always been a really strong believer. One of my passions is coaching, so I think coaching is teaching and teaching is coaching. So I do coach the girls golf team, boys and girls. That has been just a great opportunity for me to just kind of also connect with students outside of the classroom.
Ismail's personality is one where kids are very comfortable with him. He's just the great employee, he's the great teacher, he's the great coach, and I actually consider Ismail to be one of my great friends.
One of the things that really influenced me to become a teacher was I had the opportunity to have great teachers growing up here at Riverbank High School. I remember asking myself, what am I going to want to do? So I really wanted to give back and like coaching, like working with the young students and young kids. That's kind of what also gave me the motivation and the drive to want to become a teacher, is wanting to be a role model for them.
Matt Soderlin, he's a wonderful teacher. He's that teacher that every principal would like to clone and put in every department.
I want my kids to be productive members of society. I want them to have tools to be successful in this world. And one way I approach that is I love having conversations with my classes. And it's amazing how much they listen to you when you're not talking about the subject material. Kids open up and you're able to just develop relationships with them that you wouldn't get to normally.
He's always positive, no matter if it's with students, staff, or parents. He always has a very positive outlook, very engaging in class, and knows his content well. He's just an all-around great teacher to have on campus for all the right reasons.
What's one thing that I feel like has helped me to be successful would be self-reflection. Even if you hit what you feel like was a home run, you can usually do it better. There's usually something you can do better.
A lot of times as students that may be struggling with stuff, he's that teacher that kids go to share. And it's not just in the classroom. He coaches outside and he builds those relationships with students outside the classroom, connects with them in a different environment, and might not even have them as a student, but he's a coach that everyone knows that they can go to and talk with.
I love my job. I love getting to know kids. They can learn math from a lot of different people. They're not going to remember most of the math that I taught them. They're going to remember some of the overall things, but they're going to remember how I made them feel. If my kids leave this class and they can say, you know what, Soderlin cared about me, I would consider that success.
All right, congratulations to each of you. Our high school teacher of the year is Ismail Mercado from Riverbank High School. Congratulations, Ismail, and to all of our finalists. This is your mic, right? We got a special mic for you right here.
There you go. And your mic is right there, sir. Congratulations. Thank you.
Wow, I was not expecting this, but I don't know what to say. Thank you. I just want to thank the Rotary Committee and the Toy Committee for putting this together. Also, our Principal, Greg Diaz, thank you for being here today. Our Superintendent, Christine Fasella, and one of our board members, Hussein Taylor, thank you very much. And my beautiful wife, Marissa, thank you. I really don't know. I wasn't expecting this, but it's just like I explained in the video, I had great teachers going through high school, and I wanted to do something like that, and to be able to have the opportunity every day going to work and doing that, and trying to be a positive role model for my students. And in the town that I grew up in, it's just an awesome feeling. I really don't. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. You got it. Okay, on to our junior high division. Our first finalist is Janet Hernandez from Creekside Middle School. Is Janet here? Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Janet. Peterson Joint Unified, we'd also like to recognize Catherine Amui Ualongo, and she's the principal, and Superintendent Dr. Philip Alfano. Our second junior high finalist is Elizabeth Holton from Cesar Chavez Junior High School, Series Unified. Hi. We'd also like to recognize Principal Casey Giovanni and retired Principal Rosemary Klepfer, Superintendent Dr. Scott Siegel. Our third junior high finalist is Christy Stockman Wagner from May Hensley Junior High School, Series Unified. We'd also like to recognize Principal Jesse Campbell and once again, Superintendent Dr. Scott Siegel. And let's roll the video for our junior high division.
Beth's an amazing teacher. I've worked with Beth for the past 5 years.
Basically, I have 3 subjects I teach: band, choir, drama. And this year I have 3 levels of band, 2 levels of drama, and 1 choir. I do what I do because I love teaching kids and I love the performing arts. My energy feeds off to the kids, and I know that about myself. So when I get excited, so do they.
I would say what makes her stand out the most and why she was deserving of this honor is her genuine passion for what she does. It's entirely authentic, as well as her ability to connect with kids and build positive relationships and have a really, really exemplary culture and climate in her classroom.
Positive, happy energy, even on a screen, even in a mask, I still try to portray that. What inspired me to become a teacher is I started doing music, choir, and theater at a very young age, and there was a program I was in that I aged out at 14 in 8th grade, and I didn't want to leave. And so the director then, Candy Chamberlain, allowed me to stay on as an assistant director. I loved it, and so by high school I knew I wanted to be a teacher.
The connection with kids has gone a long way in impacting their lives. There are a significant number of students at the elementary level who come over here very excited to participate in her programs. Families too. We get phone calls, is there room in her band class or her drama class?
Anytime that I have a chance to work with kids, whether it's in schools or in summer programs, I love it. And I just enjoy what I do, and I'm very honored by this.
Janet is just an absolutely exemplary teacher. I wish that she taught every subject, because anytime I'm asked for a mentor for a student teacher, she's always the first one that comes to mind.
For me, teaching definitely was part of where I came from. My grandfather is a teacher. He taught for many, many years, and just watching the satisfaction of igniting that flame in each of the students really brought that love for me for teaching. In order to motivate students, I really want them to see that they have the ability to do anything themselves. If I can kind of harness that power within them and then they bring it on themselves, I love to see that kind of self-intrinsic motivation to want to be someone who can achieve anything.
She's just the right kind of personality for that. The kids love her, she responds to them, but she does it in a supportive way that allows them to really be themselves. So she's just really into K-pop, that's kind of like her jam. And so she started a club to allow the students to just be exposed to this different culture. It just gives them a way to connect.
I think I'm that quirky teacher that does those silly assignments. They always come back and tell me that they remember, you made it fun, you made it interesting, and I learned.
She has a lot of qualities that make her exemplary, all the way from helping students in the classroom to getting to know them personally. They reach out to her after school, on the weekends.
You can be someone who makes a difference in the life of somebody else. As small as you might be able to do something, you definitely do have a chance to make a difference in this world. Every day, I love coming and doing this job. It is definitely one of the things that does make my day every day.
Christy Stockman's a rock star.
What inspired me to choose teaching as a career is I just wanted to find something that I can actually help people with and feel accomplished doing that.
She's a huge advocate for kids. She's constantly looking for ways to support other teachers here in core areas as well.
I think my students would definitely say that Ms. Stockman is tough and she expects a lot out of you, but I know that by the end of the year, they'll say that like Ms. Stockman pushed me to do my best and like be the best version of myself I could be every single day.
Christy is always professional in everything she does, and she takes that very seriously. And so she is not willing to phone in a single day, even if it's on camera, begging black screens to turn them on so she can see them checking their heart rates.
I just love the subject of physical education because it's so important for your entire life. Like you will use these things that you learn here forever.
Christy is able to generally get the best out of all of our kids, which generally then transfers over into the classroom setting.
Just knowing that I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna help somebody. Like there's gonna be a kid who thought they could never do this stuff. They thought they could never run this mile. They thought they could never do that push-up. And I know that they're gonna get there because I've seen it happen a million times. And I just love that pride that is in their face when they realize like they did it. It's awesome. It's the best part about teaching.
Congratulations to each of you. Our junior high school teacher of the year is Elizabeth Holton from Cesar Chavez Junior High. Elizabeth, please come forward. Now, Elizabeth, we expect you to sing your acceptance. So, big things.
Well, it was Oscar Sunday recently, and we did have a drama activity about accepting an Oscar award. So, however, I'm not prepared. I just want to thank Ms. Scoey and the Rotary for this opportunity. A year later, I know it's been a hard year for everybody, and I thank you so much for what you've done for all of us. I want to thank my nominating principal, Rosemary, and my current principal, Casey, for their support, and my husband, who is here today too, all of which I wouldn't be able to do what I do, because it's not just about me, it's about what's best for the kids, and it takes a lot of time. And so we have a lot of patience and a lot of time. And like I said in the video, I started as a young age knowing I wanted to be a teacher, and my favorite part about being a teacher is those moments when a student discovers a talent they never knew they had. They didn't think they had. And watching them grab that and going, hey, look what I did. I live for those moments, and I know many of you do. Thank you so much.
All right, and now on to our elementary 4th through 6th grade division. Our first division finalist is Jill Kelly, Agnes Baptist Elementary, Stanislaus Union. Unfortunately, Jill couldn't be with us today. However, we do have Principal Cade Peterson, and we also have Superintendent Shannon Sanford. Our second 4-6 elementary division finalist is Carlos Perez from Empire Elementary, Empire Union School District. Principal Claudia Manzo, and also with us today, Superintendent David Garcia. And our third 4 through 6 elementary division finalist is Mary White from Fair Oaks Elementary, Oakdale Joint Unified School District. With us as well today is Principal Kathy Pinole and Superintendent Mark Malone. All right, let's roll the video for our elementary.
Jill stands out in a lot of ways. I would say that her defining characteristic is just love.
I'm just passionate about what I do, so I love the kids. When my kids were younger and I started working in the classroom, I found that as a parent volunteer, going in and sitting with a small group of kids at the back of the table, and they would have that light bulb moment where they would understand or get a concept. At that point in time, it was just what I knew I wanted to do, was to be a teacher.
She truly, genuinely loves people, kids, right, other staff members, and as a result, she's incredibly patient, and she's also incredibly interested in making a difference for her kids.
I think the biggest motivation for kids is just a positive reinforcement, because all children need and want praise. And I think that's one of the nicest things, is that we can do it through a positive reinforcement and a positive attitude instead of a negative attitude.
She really works hard to integrate the entire classroom to make sure that every student, whether they're remote or in person, feels like they're part of the same learning environment.
I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the support of our Parents Club and our principal and vice principal and my coworkers and the teachers around me. We've all gathered together and, come together as a team. It's not me, it's the team, And the kids, I have to say. And the kids, they're they're the reason I do it, I love the kids.
Carlos has been teaching for 6 years. He's developed beautifully as a teacher. I think he's just gone above and beyond to get our students focused, to keep them engaged.
I always saw education as kind of my way out. I wanted to do more to then give back to that community that I come from. And the community that I teach they're very similar to where I grew up.
One of the most amazing things that I've seen him do is build relationships with his students. He's incredible at it. The students really connect to him.
I try to first make a personal relationship, a connection with those students, just to we share similar backgrounds. So I kind of have them see that connection, that if me growing up, having similar background as to them, their parents sharing similar backgrounds, if I was able to succeed, they can succeed.
I believe that with the background that Mr. Perez has, he's also able to have empathy for our families and our community, and that's a powerful thing.
What inspired me to become a teacher is one of my grandmothers back in Mexico. She was like the local town teacher. Friends of hers, family members would send their kids to her to just kind of learn the ABCs, kind of learn to read and write. When I interviewed here, I had a sense that I belong, I need to be here, this is a place where I can make a change. When a student believes and knows that you care about them and that they matter to you, they're willing to do anything possible to try to succeed for you.
He has an amazing personality that just brings out the best in all of our students.
Getting them to understand that we're here for them, we care, and it's not always about academics. It's how are you doing today? How can I help you today? And just know I'm here for you today. You matter.
Mary is amazing. She's amazing. In regular times, she's been amazing during distance learning.
I just try so hard. I'm kind of my worst enemy. I beat myself up a lot if I feel like I'm not reaching these students. I want so badly to get to know the whole child. And so I really put a lot of effort into things like class meetings and times when we can reflect on our personal growth and our growth mindset.
Her passion for learning is just, it envelops the kids. They want to be part of it. They just crave the knowledge that she has to share.
They like the one-on-one time that they get. We have more time to just discuss issues and talk about our problems. They know they're getting more one-on-one with me.
She still wants to better herself to then share that with the staff or the school district, and especially her kids. She goes above and beyond for kids.
The fact that with my little cohort groups of students, they have been happy. They've seemed comfortable with all the changes, with all the craziness. They're excited to be here. My classroom environment needs to be a place where these kids feel safe and comfortable, or else I can't teach them.
I can't talk enough about her without crying.
We really put a lot of time in the beginning of the year with emphasizing mistakes are great things. We learn from our mistakes, we are a team, we help each other out, we communicate with each other, and those kinds of things I think really build a safe classroom that I think then my students are successful, and I guess that's then what makes me successful.
All right, congratulations to all of you. Our elementary grades 4 through 6 Teacher of the Year is Carlos Perez, Empire Elementary.
Well, first, thank you, Mom and Dad. How easy is it to teach, right? We can talk to our kids, but we get in front of adults and it's like everything goes away. Thank you all, you teachers, because seriously, we don't get to recognize all of our teachers, but there's teachers out there making a difference every single day that don't get the recognition. Thank you to them. Thank you to everybody here. Thank you to the principals. You guys are making a difference for us. That then makes a difference for our students. Thank you to our superintendents, because you guys build that culture at our districts, at our schools, principals as well. So just thank you. Thank you.
And now last, but definitely not least, I'd like to introduce our elementary school TK through 3 division finalists. Our first finalist in this division is Cindy Bellinger, Cloverland Elementary, Oakdale Joint Unified. We'd also like to recognize Principal Larry Bonds and Superintendent Mark Malone. Our second elementary TK through 3 division finalist is Bob Elms, La Rosa Elementary, Series Unified. We'd also like to recognize Principal Lori Mariani and Superintendent Dr. Scott Siegel. And our third elementary TK through 3 division finalist is Ronald Putnam from Krull Elementary, Turlock Unified. We'd also like to recognize Principal Margaret Osmer and Superintendent Dana Trevathan. And let's roll the video.
Mrs. Bellinger is a dynamic teacher. She cares about the progress of her children.
What inspired me to become an educator, when I was young, I played a lot of sports. And the coaches were also my teachers in the classroom. And what I found impressive was that they cared about my performance in class just as much as my performance on the field. And I looked up to them as my heroes, as people that I wanted to emulate, people I wanted to be like.
And she has a growth mindset. She's very forward thinking, she's progressive, and so she's always looking for what will help kids best.
I try to influence students to be a better version of what they started with, and to remind them that we're growing every single day, and we're trying to improve every single day by helping them set goals for themselves, by being the best that I can be.
Mrs. Bellinger spends a great deal of time preparing for the return of her students each week. Oftentimes you can find her here on weekends. She spends countless hours in the evenings.
I think that motivation and motivating your students to succeed requires you to tap into what they can be successful at, and to gradually create challenges for them and help them see that they've succeeded.
She's always planning, always looking for something that will give her students the edge, that will help them to grow and help them to engage in learning in a way that makes it exciting.
Focus more on the process of learning and how you learn, giving them feedback. They hear that feedback, they see that feedback, and just setting that bar a little higher every single time makes them want to reach it.
Bob Elms is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. He's definitely the happiest person I've ever met.
I like to have fun. I'm always talking. I'm always singing. I'm always having fun. And I think that's one of the most important components of learning is if you make it fun, if you're having fun and they're having fun, they don't realize they're learning.
He has this saying that he says every morning, and let's go change lives, people.
You know, we're all in this together. And we're gonna make this fun. Even if we're not together, we're gonna make it fun. We're gonna do fun things in between the learning, so that way you can come and learn, I can come and teach, and we're gonna both get to the end together.
He's full of energy. He's passionate about what he does. Students love him, parents love him, staff loves him.
I get to be who I want to be because I'm probably a second or third grade student trapped in a man's body. So when I come here, I get to just hang out with the kids, and it's great the way you see them learning and they don't really know they're learning sometimes. You get to the end of the day and you kind of review the day of what have we learned today? They're like, well, we did this, we did that. Wait, we did that too?
He does anything and everything to get students to learn. He shaves half of his head to teach fractions. He makes connections. He makes connections with all of his students. People just connect with him and they remember what he taught them because it was so fun.
The little lights that popped on like every day and like every moment of every day, that's what kind of drew me into teaching and why I enjoy it and love it so much.
Ron is one of those teachers that you immediately see his dedication to the profession and to the school.
I didn't officially get into teaching when I got out of college. I did something completely different, but it was always something that I just enjoyed doing. So whether it was getting groups together in college and just working together, study groups, things like that, I just enjoyed to help people, help kids, make a difference.
He cares the most about educating the students. He doesn't see them as children in an autism program. He sees them as children that he wants to succeed and give them a future. And so his academics and his focus on academics is phenomenal.
I try to do lessons where they're interesting and fun and hands-on rather than just me talking. A lot of visuals, and then I do a lot of positive reinforcement, whether that's me using just praise.
When kids see him coming, and it's not necessarily the kids in his program, it's our whole student body. He engages with them all. He uses his fatherly voice and has high expectations for all our kids. And I think that that's mostly what he's known for, is that all kids here are his kids.
I just enjoy being in my room. It's when I think, oh, when am I going to retire and that kind of thing, and I say, I don't even think about that. I just enjoy teaching. I want to keep teaching as long as I can. So it's just the kids, when they say, Mr. P, and they get excited when I come in the room or that kind of thing. It's just, you know, you're making a difference in their lives, and it's just nice, and I really enjoy that.
Congratulations to each of you. Our elementary TK through 3 Teacher of the Year is, apparently he's one of the happiest guys out there, Bob Elms, La Rosa Elementary.
Thank you so much. Wow. This is humbling. It really is. Video or picture? Hey, over in the room too. This is, after the year that we've all had, this is an awesome award. Thank you so much. And there's so many people to thank. First of all, let's thank God Almighty for ultimate blessings and favor. Hello, thank you. My beautiful wife, Johanna, and our daughters, Christina and Hannah, who they have to deal with me a lot more than my students. So my singing and quirkiness doesn't stop at 3 o'clock. It goes on 24/7. So thank you, girls, for that. Teachers get so much support, and it's not just in the classroom, from the custodians to classified, but the people that really, I guess, have to put up with us the most. Lori Mariani, my principal, who's been my friend and principal for years, decades, actually. Thank you so much. Scott Siegel, who is our superintendent, who was my high school physics teacher. We toilet papered the inside of his house a couple of times because we loved him so much. Teachers like that inspired teachers like me. So thank you. Happy retirement, Scott Siegel. Our incoming superintendent, Denise Wickham, you are fantastic. Thank you so much for all you do and that you're going to do. The raise you might give me later on in the future. Thank you. We have one of my favorite board members, because it takes a board also, Valley White. I've known her for decades, loved her for decades. She's amazing. Scoey, thank you so much for doing this for so long and being so great at it. And Modesto Rotary, wow, you guys are so sensational. You're the rock stars. Thank you for doing this. This is so cool. So cool. I love it. Thank you all very much.
Okay, so when Bob was up here talking right now, this is one of the reasons that we have to get back to normal next year, because one of my favorite parts about this entire program in past years has been listening to kindergartners talk about their teachers. And so we have to be able to get the kids back on video again, so we're gonna make it happen. Okay, today's celebration ends with a presentation of the 8th annual Jane Johnston Civility Award. Jane Johnston had a huge hand to play in for me coming to the county office initially. She was an assistant superintendent at SCO for almost 20 years. She was a Modesto Rotarian. She advocated for education and co-chaired the Teacher of the Year program. Jane was instrumental in launching the county-wide Choose Civility initiative in 2010. Then, very tragically, in April 2012, Jane lost her life and is still deeply missed. Because Jane modeled civility at work, at home, and in the community, the Education Foundation of Stanislaus County created this award in her memory. Only the 12 finalists honored here today were eligible. Their principals were invited to write a supplemental nomination centered on civility. Jane was an integral part of the Education Foundation, and to continue a celebration of her life, they make this award annually. The award recipient will receive a $1,000 check from the Education Foundation of Stanislaus County in memory of Jane Johnston. And in his or her name, their name will be added to the plaque donated by Moxie listing the past winners, and this plaque is located in our building across the street. Thank you to the selection committee comprised of members from SCO, the Modesto Rotary Club, and the Education Foundation of Stanislaus County, as well as members from Jane's family for reading all the applications of the nominees. The selection committee members are all listed in the program. The 2021 Jane Johnston Civility Award recipient is Jill Kelly from Agnes Baptist Elementary School in the Stanislaus Union School District. Accepting on her behalf today is Principal Cade Peterson.
She's an amazing teacher. As I've watched throughout this day of all of you as well, I can honestly say that you're all amazing educators. Thank you for all that you're doing for children. I know Jill wanted to be here today, but she wasn't able to, but I think she's streaming from home. So Jill, congratulations, it's well deserved. And again, thanks to all of you, and thanks for those that put it on today. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I will turn the meeting over to President Ryan for final comments.
He's a tall guy, folks. Thank you, Superintendent Scott Kuykendall. Thank you to Jason Maggard. Appreciate you gentlemen co-hosting. And folks, on behalf of the Modesto Rotary Club, I would sincerely like to thank all the folks at Stanislaus County Office of Education. Let's give them a big hand. The easy thing to do would be to punt and say, we can't do this right now, we'll do it next year, we'll, just kind of keep moving on down the road. But they didn't. They figured out how to do this, and I really appreciate them. Also, figuring out how to do things are the people in this room. Wow, the year you all have had. People in administration, spouses of teachers, and the teachers yourselves. On behalf of the Modesto Rotary Club, I just want to, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you so much. We appreciate you. You folks, you didn't give up. You kept going. And man, watching those videos and teaching over Zoom and all of those things, it's crazy, the now more than year we've had. So we really, really thank you for never giving up and being there for our students. Don't think it goes unnoticed and don't think it goes unappreciated, because we do appreciate you so much. So thank you again. Folks, this has been absolutely wonderful. I am so grateful that we got to have this presentation. Congratulations to all the winners. Let's give them one final round of applause. I hope my friends, the Rotarians, have been able to tune in at the DoubleTree, and those folks joining us on YouTube. I hope you've had a good show. And with that, folks, we are adjourned. So thank you very much.